Hello my fellow oddities, welcome to a new video, and today we're discussing where to take Mortal Kombat 12, more specifically, the roster of Mortal Kombat 12. This video was suggested by this fellow right here, so definitely go and reply to his original comment, just thanking him for giving me the idea for such an awesome video. And yes, if you were wondering, this is going to be a series on the channel where I discuss just where to take Mortal Kombat 12 in general in terms of story and even gameplay. But today, for this first part, we're going to be discussing what the roster should be in this next NetherRealm game. Unless it's not the next NetherRealm game, but I don't really want to think about that because then it would be really awkward. And the way I'll be doing this is with this roster creator, which is in the description below, but it uses Flash Player, which isn't a thing anymore, so you have to like download it from the site and then use like a Flash archive or something to actually use it. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. I do what I have to please you guys and make enjoyable content for all of you, even if that means I have to make a DeviantArt account. But anyways, we can't have this because this is obviously just Mortal Kombat 11's roster. Wait, why is Michael Myers on here? And Sector, and Cyrax, and Quan Chi, and Serena, and Habit. What are all these characters? This is not MK11's roster. Alright, I don't know what this is, but we're changing it. I'm thinking that since this is returning to a tournament story, that we should have one side that's like Earthrealm, the good guys, and then one side that's bad guys, the Outworlders. Kind of like how Injustice, the first one, did it. Alright, so I removed some of the characters at the bottom, and I've also split the roster in half down the middle, like Kung Lao did to Natara. And I still think we need to change it a bit more, just because, I don't know, this looks kind of weird, like it's just two columns. And obviously we need to change the characters because we can't have Terminator coming back or Joker or Spawn. That would just be weird. And I'm also thinking that since MK11's base roster was 25 characters, we should up it by 5 and have 30 characters for the base roster of Mortal Kombat 12. So let me change the layout here to better fit everything I just said. Alright, so I have the roster fully redone with a different shape, and also all the characters are obviously replaced by basically Cole Young's. And we also have to remember that we should probably change the background because this obviously isn't MK11 anymore. This is Mortal Kombat 12, so alright, that works perfectly fine. Alright, so I've zoomed in so you guys can see a bit better, and what will be the story in Mortal Kombat 12? That's very important to kind of determine what the characters on the roster should be. Obviously, gameplay and how much the fans want them are important factors, but I'd say story is like the most important when it comes to what characters should be in the game. And if you guys remember the end of Mortal Kombat 11, and more specifically Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, then you know that this is all kind of going back to the great Kung Lao era. So we really can't have characters like Sonya Blade or Jax or Kano because they weren't around during that time. Which should be really refreshing since we've had the same Mortal Kombat 1 characters in every game of the NetherRealm franchise. Which is only 3 games, but you guys gotta remember that Mortal Kombat 9 was 11 years ago. Oh my god, it was 11 years ago. So Ed Boon, NetherRealm Studios, just have a few of the Mortal Kombat 1 characters sit out this time. It wouldn't even make sense if they were in this game. This is 500 years before any of them were ever even born. Now, of course, a few of the Mortal Kombat 1 characters can say, because they actually have reasons to be here, like Liu Kang. Let's find... Okay, this is a very long list because there's a lot of Mortal Kombat characters. Where is Mr. Kang? Liu Kang. He'll be in the game because he's the new Raiden. He's the protector of Earthrealm, Fire God Liu Kang. Is there an option for... There's Zombie Liu Kang. I don't think there's Fire God Liu Kang, though, so... We got Liu Kang. And then, of course, the main character of the game will probably end up being, let's see, he's probably going to be, like, since he's not a Mortal Kombat character, he'll probably be near the bottom. Xenomorph. Wolverine. The Mask? Wait, what? Oops, what did I do? Slender Man. Samara. What is this? Dead by Daylight? What is going on here? Anyways, here we have the Great Kung Lao, which will be the main character of Mortal Kombat 12, presumably. He's going to be the new champion of Mortal Kombat. Well, I guess he's not really the new champion of Mortal Kombat. He's like the old champion of Mortal Kombat, but we're going back in time, so is it new or is it old? I don't know. It's weird. I'm not going to go into it more because it'll break my brain. Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Now, obviously, these characters have to come back in some shape or form, but you guys might be wondering, How? Well, Scorpion in this game can actually be Takeda. Not that Takeda, no. The one that was the founder of the Shirai Ryu. Now, it can't be like a Hellfire Demon like Scorpion or anything, because I don't think Takeda had those sort of abilities, but Sub-Zero can still be a Cryomancer, because this is probably like the grandfather of Sub-Zero or something, or, well, no, it'd have to be like the great. No, we can just say it's Sub-Zero's grandfather, and then take the Mortal Kombat 2021 route of saying that Cryomancers can live for hundreds of years or something. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Now for some more pretty obvious characters, we have Raiden. Nope, not Dark Raiden, normal Raiden. Yeah. Now, Raiden in this game will not have his lightning abilities because he is not the protector of Earthrealm anymore, and so he's not a god. So, I actually think this is a good thing, because I think Mortal Kombat as a whole just kind of needs to go back to the martial arts style of doing things, if that makes sense. I think it's kind of been overrun by superpowers and guns that it forgets that we need some punching and kicking action as well. And also just fighting with normal weapons instead of ice swords and fiery demon daggers or whatever. So I think taking away the powers for some characters can actually be beneficial. Like with Raiden, like recently in games, he doesn't really use his staff to like fight like, you know, with like technique. He just like hits you across the face and then like shoots lightning down on you or something. And I don't know, I think it's kind of boring after a while. Same thing with Scorpion. I want more katana action. Well, not kitana, katana. Like Scorpion, the weapon he has. Why am I explaining this? Now for the last few obvious characters that will definitely be in this supposed Great Kung Lao game is Shang Tsung, and he shouldn't be too far down. Where is he? Goro. So obviously Shang Tsung has to be in the game to be the would it be final? I don't know. Would Goro or Shang Tsung be the final boss? I don't know, but he has to be like one of the villains. He has to be one of the main villains, because Great Kung Lao defeated Shang Tsung and then got absolutely slapped by Goro. But I doubt that's going to happen in this series again, because I don't know, that'd be kind of repetitive, and like Great Kung Lao's the protagonist now, so to have him just like die in the second game in the series or first game, I don't know even when it'd be, but like it'd be weird to just kill him off like that. And that's pretty much it for like the super obvious characters. Now let's get on to some not as obvious characters. Like, they aren't the first thing that might come to your mind when you think of Great Kung Lao era Mortal Kombat, but like they were alive during that time, and so it makes sense. First off, let's find some Edenians, because Edenians can obviously live for a very long time. So Kitana. Where is Jade? Now, yes, I know that I have them on the good side, despite the fact that during the Great Kung Lao era, they would have been bad guys, but, like, I don't know, this is a new timeline. Liu Kang could probably switch Kitana and Jade over and do it way earlier than it would have in the original or the NetherRealm timeline, so it doesn't really matter. But you know who else is an Edenian? Well, she's half Edenian, actually. Where is she? Melina. She can be in this game. That'd be pretty interesting to have, like, Kitana and Jade move to the other side while Melina stays on the bad side, because she's not a good person. And another character that can show up, which is actually kind of an obvious one as well, because he did train the Great Kung Lao, Bo' Rai Cho. And Bo' Rai Cho is not an Earthrealmer, he's an Outworlder, so he can have that long lifespan. Speaking of Outworlders that are on the good side, unless you're talking to the writers of Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms, we got Li Mei. Now, in this game, she would be like an informant. That's my idea. Like, she's on the Outworld side, but she's like a spy. Kinda, like an infiltrator who's actually giving information to the Earthrealmers. Kind of like what Catwoman was in Injustice 2. Moving back to some more Edenians, let's go on the bad side here, because we have... Where is he? Somewhere down here. Rain, and she's gonna be way down, way down. Tanya, Rain and Tanya, the duo. They're gonna be on the bad side because technically Edenia is a part of Outworld, so I guess they'd be on the Outworld side. Oh, and we have to get the main jobber in all of Mortal Kombat out of the way. We gotta have Baraka in there just to job to everyone. I'm joking. Like, in my version, he wouldn't actually be a jobber. I'd find something to do with him. Speaking of someone who was always treated like a jobber, but this time it's only in movies, we have... Where is he? Reiko! And we're also going to have our other two jobbers. Like I said with Baraka earlier, they're not actually going to be jobbers. I'll find something to do with them in the story. But we got Reptile and we got Ermac. Plus, since they're in the tournament anyway, I don't think they would be jobbers. Like, I don't think they count because when you defeat them, that actually counts towards something. But with a jobber, it's just like they're there to add an extra fight. But like in the tournament, it's literally the Earthrealmers moving along in the tournament to fight. Like, it'd be really weird if people complained, like, oh, why are you using these characters to job when it's in a tournament? And, like, what do you want them to do? Win? You want to have the Outworlders win? That'd actually be kind of cool. Oh, and for the last row of the Outworlders, we're going to include some NetherRealm characters. NetherRealm, like, the realm, not the gaming studio company that's making this game. Quan Chi. Now, I'll go a little more in depth about the story in a later video in the series, but my idea would be that since this is NetherRealm characters, they wouldn't actually be able to participate in the tournament on Outworld side because, I don't know, I just think that's dumb. In my version, they'd almost be like bodyguards that like Shang Tsung uses to make sure everything is going well for the Outworld side. And then later on, little spoiler here, it would actually turn out that Shang Tsung is not completely loyal to Shao Kahn, but instead he is actually working with Quan Chi to defeat the Earthrealm fighters so that when Shinnok returns, the realm is weak and they can attack and take it over. So watch out for that in the next part of Mortal Kombat 12, where to take it. But who should Quan Chi have under his command? Well, first of all, this is before Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero mythology, so Sareena would be a bad person. And Kia and Jataka would be NPCs that you fight in the story mode, because, I don't know, I don't think anyone would get mad over that, but I don't know, I'm probably underestimating the Mortal Kombat community. They'll get angry at anything. And then for the rest of them, we have Draman and Moloch. Now, Draman, I don't think was alive during, well, actually, no, he's alive during the Right Kung Lao era. He wasn't a demon yet, so he's not actually Draman until he dies and becomes a demon, but he would actually just be like a normal person at this point. But we can just retcon it. I don't think anyone would care. I just want Moloch and Draman together in a game again because it's been quite a while since we've gotten that. And if it's really a problem, then you can just replace him with some other Oni. No, not that one. God, no, not that one. And then finally, for the last of the Outworlders and the last of the NetherRealmers, this is going to be the one that people are probably going to be angry about in the comments, but where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Noob Saibot. Now, I know all of you guys are going to be saying, Noob Saibot can't be here. Bihan's not even born yet. It doesn't make sense. He shouldn't be here. Well, listen, guys, we can have a different Wraith. God, no, not that one. Why did Dead by Daylight steal so much stuff from Mortal Kombat? Just a bunch of criminals. Pause. Before anyone starts writing any comments, I know that these names were not created by Mortal Kombat. I know that they were created by, well, whatever fictitious story that created them, like in the history that humans have been on this planet. The very long history that humans have existed. Okay, you guys don't need to tell me. Don't take it so seriously. It's a joke, you dumbass. Why is there so many Dead by Daylight references in this video? I don't know, maybe it's just like taking over my life ever since I played it that one time. But the Outworld side is finished, so let's go on to the Earthrealm side. I think this is the part where we have to get a little bit stretchy, if that makes sense, with what characters can show up. Because honestly, Earthrealmers, well, they're Earthrealmers, so they don't live for very long compared to Outworlders and Edenians, so we're gonna have to do the Scorpion and Sub-Zero route of just like finding ancestors of characters that already exist, but did not exist in the Great Kung Lao era. Well, I guess there's one character who can definitely show up, Fujin. He can return because he's a god, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I think we can reserve some characters for being completely new, because obviously it's not just going to be all returning characters. NetherRealm always wants to switch it up by adding at least one new character in every game. Even if you want to bring up MK9, Scarlet. And I guess if you want to count him, Cyber Sub-Zero, but I don't know, no one really seems to care about him very much. Alright, so we'll reserve these 3 character slots next to Jade and Katana for new characters, but these other 3, we're going to have to figure them out. Alright, so I found a character who can work here. He'll be in the end section. He is Nightwolf. Now, it wouldn't be the Nightwolf that we know today. It would be an ancestor of that Nightwolf, so I guess that can work. And I'm also thinking that we have like Jade and Katana and Boraicho on here, so not every character on the good side has to be an Earthrealmer, so I guess we can include Ashra, because I think that would work, especially with Quan Chi being on the other side. Like, she's a cool character that would fit in this place and time, so I don't know, if she wants to be in the game, then go ahead, I can create a story off of that. Now for the last character, I'm really not sure. Can't have like Frost or anything. She's long not been born yet. No Jax, no Jackie. Johnny Cage. Alright, this makes me think. It's stated in Mortal Kombat X, and it's just a generally known fact at this point about Johnny's character, that he is the descendant of like a Mediterranean war race that was bred to defeat the gods. So what if we didn't have Johnny Cage directly being in the game, because obviously that wouldn't work, but we have one of those ancestors like be a part of the game, and he still have the same powers and mostly the same moveset? I think that would work. Like, same thing as we did with Noob Saibot. Like, it can be a character with the same exact powers, but like, it's not the same character. Yeah, I think that works. And if you want to, you can make him like jokey in the storyline as well, so it kind of resembles Johnny Cage a bit more. Yeah, I think I'm liking this roster here. So 3 new characters. Then we have Fujin, Johnny Cage, Nightwolf, Li Mei, Scorpion, Ashra, Boraicho, Raiden, Liu Kang, Great Kung Lao, Jade, Katana, Sub-Zero, Baraka, Rain, Tanya, Melina, Shang Tsung, Goro, Reiko, Reptile, Ermac, Quan Chi, Serena, Draman, Moloch, and Noob Saibot. It would actually just be like another Wraith character, but I think this is a good roster. Like, if you guys agree, definitely talk about it in the comments. Talk about, even if you don't agree necessarily with every choice, like, just talk about which characters that you agree with and which characters that you don't really agree with and think they shouldn't be in the game. Now, I won't be making a bonus DLC video sometime later down the line. If you were wondering, like, why I don't include DLC characters here, that'll be a bonus video that you should definitely subscribe and set the bell to on notifications, so that when that video comes out, that you can like watch it and be notified when it comes out. Like, just saying, it's very helpful. But I'm thinking that we should make kind of a mock-up of what the character select screen should look like. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so I finished creating my little mock-up of what I think the character select screen should look like. So we have Scorpion on the left, Sub-Zero on the right, and I'm thinking that since this is a tournament, this is a return to a tournament format, we should have the characters sort of facing off against each other, almost just like in the tournament setting, like face to face. I think that would be really cool, and having Shang Tsung and all the monks in the background, just take it back to a more classic era. And then obviously we have the 3 new characters in the bottom left, and then we have Scorpion and Sub-Zero's icons being highlighted, selected, because they're the characters that are showing up. And then in the middle here we have the randomize option, which I probably didn't need to include that, but I thought it'd be cool. But yeah, especially after putting it into this mock-up, I think this roster looks super cool, and if this is anything similar to the actual roster that they use in Mortal Kombat 12, I should be pretty happy. But yeah, definitely watch out for future videos in the series of where to take Mortal Kombat 12. I believe the next one will be about gameplay and how I think the Mortal Kombat gameplay should evolve and change, and even inventing some completely new ideas, which should be really fun. So definitely subscribe and set the bell to all notifications so you're notified when this next video comes out. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. And with that being said, that's it for this video, my fellow oddities. I'll see you next time.